Didn't think we make it. Now they break their neck just to look at me. Remember when I called you and you didn't pull through? Now you hate yourself, you can look at me, look at me. You hate me.
And what up, what up, what up? What's good with y'all? Alright, so what are we getting into today? Alright, so today I'm about to be showing y'all the new wheels we got for the Foxbody. Gotta get some tires and everything mounted up, do a little wheel fitment testament and all that, because you guys seen, I don't know if it was the last video or probably 2 videos ago, where I kind of pulled my wheels off, doing a little test fitting, and it just wasn't sitting right with me with the wheels that I had on there. The old 5-spoke wheels that I had on the turbo coupe didn't look as good on the wide body notch as they did on the other car. Probably due to the wide body, lack of lip, just being hella wide with no lip, just kind of looks funny. So I decided to get some different wheels. So I'm not gonna drag it out. The wheels we ended up getting, these guys right here. These are actually the exact same wheels that I have on my C5. What I ended up having done was, these are usually 5x114. I had them drilled out as a drag pack for my C5. So these usually have the radials and stuff on them. They're all black. So that's probably why they look familiar. But I think with this setup, which is a 18x11 and a 18x9.5, I think these are gonna look pretty good on the drift coupe. It actually has a nice little lip on it. I think this is probably about 4.5, maybe almost 5 inches of lip. They're kind of like, I guess, like fake ass CCWs or whatever. So since this is a drift car, don't really matter. Maybe I'll buy another set of 11s and slide on there, but we're gonna do some test fitting. I have a few sets of spacers I'm gonna be testing out. I need to make sure the clearance and everything is good. I have a spare set of 275s back there, and I think I have some in the living room. Positive I have the new fronts that are gonna go on. So I'm gonna head to the tire shop, get these mounted, then we're gonna go to Rick's, do a little test fitting to get an idea and see how much clearance we need. That way I know what size spacer I need to run on the rear, and I need to make sure these things are gonna sit underneath the fenders for the front. That is a big deal. So yeah, also the wheels that were on the front before, the ones that were hella sticking out with that big ass spacer on there, those are actually 10.5s. So that's why they were sticking out so far. I thought maybe they were possibly 9s, but after checking the wheel, those were 10.5, and 10.5 on the front with an angle kit. Yeah, that's why that spacer was spaced out so far, to keep it from hitting the control arms and the frame. So with that being said, man, hopefully these 9.5s and everything fit, but we are running a little bit behind. Tire shop closes at 5. It is about 3:50. So let me load this stuff up, get to the tire shop, and then see where Rick's at. That way we can get these mocked up at least. Get this thing started up while we get ready to load this stuff up. Jump. Alright, wheels and tires all loaded up in the back of the truck. We're gonna need these for the test fitting in. And then, oh yeah, we'll talk about that box when we get back, but we're in a rush, so let's get to the tire shop. Alright, so we're here at the tire shop. They over there getting on those things right now, so they should be done hopefully roughly in about 30 minutes or so. I think that'll be right around the time Rick should be getting home. Alright, I'm literally just pulling up to this fool's and he pulled up right behind me. What, should you start speeding when I told you I was gonna beat you here? It was way in Vallejo.
Shit, that's when it freed up.
What's up, bro? Let's run it. Stormtrooper versus Stormtrooper.
You got like the Jedi mod. I got the regular Stormtrooper mod.
See the new wheels?
Rifle. Oh yeah. Bro, no, I appreciate you, Mike. Not everybody buys everybody rims. You know? I'm about to drop a tear right now. I appreciate you. You want?
They got them all oily and sheesh, greasy ass hands.
He's clean. Thought they were real pieces for a minute.
Oh no.
Oh no. They
the CCW reps.
Right.
It's like the CCL, like off ass.
You want some gloves?
Nah, I'm good.
You good? Okay.
9.5s, 11s, 275s with a 225. Gotta run a little stretch for the front fenders, but when you do the tire comparison, they are super similar in size, so should be fine. All right, so as this is rolling down, let me say right now that these things ain't that light. Look better than what it did.
Everything was better than what it did. valve cover just being primer.
So yeah, clean this up. The valve cover somewhere over here.
Right there. I still gotta do the intake.
Better than what it was.
Better than what it was for sure. Not my best work, but
whatever.
better than what it was.
Yeah, it ain't green and red with a little blue under it.
Some black
with vacuum leaks.
Yeah, definitely have vacuum leaks. It'll be better. It'll feel like it's got some back pressure finally. And all that unmetered air and shit getting in there. You want a gun to knock those lug nuts off?
Nah, they hand tight.
I'm talking about the spacers.
Off the front?
Aren't you putting one on the rear? I see there's one on the rear too. You got two spacers over there.
Yeah, we can hit those off.
Or I'm sorry, were those just two different sizes you were gonna try?
2 different sizes. We can knock those off. I know for sure I'm gonna run 20s up front. I bet you we could put some 20s on here.
You got coilovers.
Be out here town business with the doves on the front. You got the little pow gun.
Little 3/8, boy.
That's a new one?
Yeah, the replacement.
When you lost
Mike
in the trailer?
lost my other one.
Nah. See, we ain't even gonna let him. We ain't even gonna let him cap like that. When he came and dropped the car off the first time, he walked right by his gun on the trailer. I pulled up the ring footage and everything. You see this nigga driving off with it on the back of the trailer.
Pick my shit up.
I wish. If you would have told me, I would be like, I don't know what happened to it. You would have seen me.
Some got $400 or whoever was roaming the street late at
You
night.
would have seen me out here with a Makita or Milwaukee, whatever that thing is.
Yeah, that was a fucking $250 gun plus the battery, $150. I replaced the gun. I ain't replaced the battery.
It paid for itself already.
Not yet. We're working on that still. We'll get there.
I know they chopped them. Jeez.
I mean, thankfully, there's like, Riley special we can go pick up for like, $1.50 each.
I mean, if the other spacers go on, they go on. But these have.
We got the lug nuts. Those are the rear.
Oh no! Fuck!
What?
They don't have valve release or the cut release on the back of these either. Ugh! Yikes!
Hold on. Well, those.
We might have to chop them down a little more then. Nah, we use the small one for the front. I don't even have the fender here though, so we can't even test it.
Get an idea of the lug nuts at least.
Be flush. Nope.
Almost.
Maybe a smudge. You get a grinder.
This one.
All right, so these rears are hub centric also, so we good. Yeah, these look like they. I don't think we need to shave. Well, if we do, we'll just be shaving off the nipple right here, if anything. All right, let's get this on real quick. Let's see, moment of truth. Hella mad these don't have the reliefs in the back, man. Ooh, this might actually work. Oh yeah, this is close, but I think this is gonna work. I think this is going to work. Maybe. Slightly smaller spacer will for sure clear it, but I think we can make this work. This is close. This is super close. So it's looking like we might have to chop the little nipples off of the lug nuts or off the studs right here. There's no threads right there, but these probably just gotta get snipped.
Oh, just a couple?
All of them. You know how it has that space before the...
that little flat spot, the speed lug, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
We'll check these ones out while I paint those valve covers real quick and see how these go.
Alright, so still need to cut the rear studs a little bit, trim those down, and we also got a few more in the front, but it's kind of how it's gonna sit. Still out there. I mean, there's nothing you can really do. It's essentially like the same as WiseFab. It's gonna push your shit out regardless. So, I mean, it is in a lot more than what it was. I think now the fender should possibly clear, but we won't know until we get everything back on. I mean, honestly, I could probably take the spacer off and have it work that way, but we'll see once everything goes on. Worst case scenario, if we had to take the spacers off to get the clearance right, then I'll just buy new studs because it's a little good on here. Want to see how it looks when it's all on the ground. All right, so Rick's up there chopping off the front. And then this is the lip that needs to come off of here. Then we just chop this off and it should be good. But a bunch of spacers just got stuck on here, so I'm gonna get some sandpaper and I want to sand away this anodizing or this paint or whatever this is because it just made it super tight on there. And you can see right here, I had to like kind of just beat this thing off. Whoa, pause, no homo. All right, we got our little light, bruh. So we've been out here literally trying to shave the fucking studs down enough to where they clear the spacer. Because you guys seen on the back spacer or the back wheel back there, it doesn't have the cut reliefs. Well, we thought the same thing for the front, but as you can see in the front, bro, there are reliefs. You can see the reliefs.
I was told to do a job. I didn't ask questions. That was the problem.
Hey, you can see the relief. Dude, we thought it was the same as the back.
You know, Mike said, no, you gotta cut it. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm cutting it.
We should have checked that prior.
Yeah.
We thought it was gonna be the same. Spent like an hour chopping that Yeah, see the back has no reliefs. It's just flat. So the back has to be flat. That's some bull. All this for this fitment. Hey, it's not the right size.
Even the right size. Oh my Lord Jesus.
All right, so this is what we looking like. Wheels all on, everything's cut and just sitting up there. So we did check full lock both ways, and it doesn't look like the lower control arms are going to be an issue. I don't think it's going to be an interference or anything. So if I wanted to, I could probably get away with pulling the spacer off because of the control arm design. We could actually sink that back in and not have to worry about it rubbing. So if I need to get rid of a little bit more offset, I still got a little bit of room to go. But yeah, these look dope on here. Sorry it's all dark so y'all can't really see, but since we had cut these, but these do have the reliefs for the freaking the studs, we're gonna buy new studs and just throw them back on there because we didn't need to cut them because of the freaking wheel design. So we'll do that, and then yeah, Rick's gonna be doing the power steering stuff tomorrow and putting the valve covers and all that stuff back on, getting it back together. These wheels look good on here though. I like them. Nice little deep dish.
Got them staging lights on there.
I should have gotten with the gold faces, boy. It looked like Dayton's.
I'm gonna go look in the mirror, have a conversation with myself. I need to talk to a professional sometime.
I should have brought the fender.
I wish the fronts could have as much lip as the rear.
Well, the fronts are only 9.5s. The rears are 11s.
I mean, I like the fact they put Coke bottle style tailpipes on here. Like, that's nostalgic as fuck for me.
I'm putting the same tips back on.
That's nostalgic as fuck.
Yeah, you gotta have a quote flow masters would say.
Yeah, that this nigga got flows on
Yeah.
Got duals, cuz I know he running. That's how this was back in the day, though. You had flow masters, nigga, and a colder intake, nigga. You was the fastest thing.
Look white.
Crusty. Still drying a little bit. Did you wipe some off, Mike?
No. I can just see it right here. Looks wet still.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm just now getting back home. Start getting dark out there. So tomorrow Rick's gonna be finishing up, I think, majority of the stuff that needs to be done. Car will probably be back on the ground, I want to say this weekend or whatnot. But yeah, I want to show y'all this too. This is literally the last of the Foxbody Terminator X's that like this is like literally the last one. So the way I ended up getting it, you guys know that this has been discontinued for a minute now. So they no longer offer this Terminator X full standalone setup for the Foxbody. You can get it and piece it together, but you have to piece it together with the universal kit. But luckily, Alex at Sack Speed Shop is, super tied in with Holly, and he actually made a couple phone calls, and they went and checked to see if they had anything that they could piece together for me to make me a kit. And this is literally the last of all the parts that they had to make the kit. So super dope that I literally have the very, very last one, like specifically through Holly. If you look online, they're all out of stock. Like no one has them, discontinued, but we got it, man. So we are still gonna be dealing with the 5.0 stuff. Obviously, I'm gonna put this together with the supercharger setup because we still have that through Vortec. So I'm gonna be doing that, throwing the Holly on there, doing a flex fuel setup, E85, and I'm gonna just run it how it is with the supercharger setup until I have everything gathered for the LS stuff. I mean, yesterday I ordered the full BTR kit, so I do have a lot of LS stuff coming for that thing, but we are still gonna run it forward until it either pops or I just have everything that I need to do the LS3 swap. So I mean, we'll see. Maybe I'll fall in love with it and be like, you know, whatever, we'll keep it forward or whatever. But as of right now, I am planning on doing an LS3 swap. I mean, the swap kit and stuff that I have, I can still use it for something else. The cam and stuff, I can still use it. I have to put that cam in there. So with the other motor, it would have to get cammed regardless if I decided to throw it in the Fox or if I decided to throw it in Nita's 350Z still. So I do plan, you know how I be, I do plan on keeping it NA, but you know, things change. But I did make sure I ordered like a big ass cam towards like kind of like, that ain't gonna really work with boost. So C6 has a stage 3 NA cam. My C5 actually has a stage 2 sloppy cam, and then for the new LS3, I'm actually doing a stage 4. So it's probably like one of the bigger cams that you can go for NA, but that's the plan. The plan is to force myself to try to keep this thing NA and reliable and not boosted. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, anywho, man, we're gonna be heading to Rick's tomorrow to get a little bit more content. So stay tuned. Let's just jump into the next day. All right, what's good, people? Y'all already see it's a new day. Your boy got the clamps in his head. From me, got the fresh retwist. About to go in here and line myself up a little bit because I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get all cleaned up. You feel me? But nah, this weekend I'm actually about to be going down to SoCal. I think we finally gonna be able to link up with Kicks. We'll see. Yeah, more than likely we're gonna be linking up with Kicks. I hit Drew up, probably link up with that full Drew Peacock also. But yeah, we're getting ready to go to Rick's. You guys remember we're supposed to be messing with the Fox a little bit more, and here we go. We still got fucking rain. We literally had yesterday only of some clear skies, and today is back raining. So I'm not sure if Rick's gonna be out there at the moment, at least. Probably a little bit later when it clears up. I do have a bunch of fucking parts that are just laying around here, seats from NRG and just a bunch of parts. So I'm gonna get all this stuff opened up and see what we have. All right, so the next thing that arrived are the ARP header bolts. Rick wanted these to cinch these long tubes down. Are still going to be running the 5.0 motor on there. We are going to be throwing a supercharger on there still. So we're still going to get some run time out of this motor. So we still wanted to get it cleaned up right. That way when it does go to whoever's going to be the next owner of it, or if I just blow it up and put it on the engine stand, then, you know, it'll still be decent. But needed these for my boy Rick. All right, this is the next thing that came. So this right here, this is going to be for the LSA 350Z. You guys know that I am in the middle of getting ready to do this fuel system. So we have the super big surge tank right here, getting everything together. And what this does is basically adapts a flex fuel sensor to it. And usually a flex fuel sensor is like kind of like a dash, equivalent to a dash 6 on the flex fuel sensor itself. But we're making this whole system a dash 10 feed and a dash 8 return system. So this allows us to adapt that with a dash 8 or dash 10. Usually the way you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to put the flex fuel sensor on the return side because it isn't rated for high pressure. So usually I would put usually I would put the flex fuel sensor on the return side of a system, but you know, some people do it on the pressure side. But what this does is it does allow basically fuel to bypass. So it's equivalent to a dash 10. It's like a dual fuel bypass setup to where you have the fuel going into your sensor and then you'll have the excess fuel kind of going through. So it does kind of relieve some of that pressure. So technically you could make this work on the pressure side, but I mean, I still may possibly return it or I might still possibly put this on the return side. Just depends on where and how we route the lines at. But yeah, that's what this thing is for. And you already can tell what this is. So this is going to be the Doucheworks LSA fuel rails for the LSA 50Z. Oh god, this box came haggard. Yeah, see, DW. But yeah, this is going to be the fuel system for the LSA. Decided to order fuel rails. Even though the stock lines have been proven to go up to about 800 horsepower, I decided to just literally do the entire fuel system, like I said, dash 10 feed, dash 8 return, just overkill on it. So the fuel system with the dual 450 pumps, this thing should be rated to support anywhere between 14 and 1500 horsepower without a problem. But yeah, These are the fuel rails right here. So we're gonna get this set aside and put it in another box. Y'all can see all our recyclings here because we had hella packages.
A lot of bubble wrap.
And last but not least, this is the Ford Innovations hob switch and boost, or hob switch. So it's this is the Ford Innovations hob switch and fuel controller. This is the stuff that Alex likes to run. You can see that this is like, bruh, this shit is not for play. This kit is expensive as hell, but look at that. Look at this wiring. This is the same kit that I have on my C6. Like, bruh, this is no punk. All that's left is to get the PTFE -10 and -8 fuel line, and then we can start getting this fuel system together. Throw the smaller pulley on and get some more boost in this thing. I don't usually do unboxings, but you know, it's raining and we got hella parts that came in, so yeah. All right, so one last look at the fuel system. 3-liter surge tank, LSA fuel rails, the flex fuel sensor dual fuel pass, and then we have the Weldon. This is a -10 micron stainless filter. So the last piece we unboxed is this beautiful little cow piece that goes on the Foxbody. So I'm thinking about putting this on my green notch because you guys know it has the vents, and I think this looks actually pretty dope. Something different. So maybe we'll either put that on there, or maybe we'll throw it on the Y-body coupe. I haven't decided yet, but definitely want to order it. This is a nicely made piece too. I don't see any imperfections in the fiberglass or anything. We'll see which one of the cars this goes on though. Alright baby, so now that the rain has subsided slightly, we're gonna head over to Rick's for a little bit and check on a few things, and then we'll be back. Yeah, need to get some rest tonight because I gotta get up hella early and drive to SoCal. So yeah, let's head to Rick's for a little minute, and then I'm gonna be jetting back home and wrapping it up. What's up, blood?
You got twisted, huh?
Oh yeah, you feel me? Had to go get busted. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Over here eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Best cereals ever.
Used to be corn pops.
Nah, I take Cinnamon Toast.
I like Golden Grams too. This one we got. But
cleaned up, looking better.
Yeah, about to pull that power steering pump apart in a second. I'm about to put the thermostat on too.
So we're gonna have power steering finally, huh?
Man, as long as the rack's still good, we should be alright.
Bro, this looks way cleaner. Look brand new. I'm gonna put it in a cardboard box with some paper and be like, man, I got a brand new OEM Ford lower intake, bro.
Where it look like a factory one, right?
It do. Look like this thing ain't never been on a car yet. Alright, man, so right now I'm about to be heading to O'Reilly's real fast, man. My boy Rick got all those totes, 5011 gaskets, but the only gaskets that we needed he didn't have, which were the valve cover gaskets. So we're about to run into O'Reilly's right now, grab a set of gaskets. Here you go. I know you like using rubber. So y'all remember on Kevin Hart when he was talking about that gangster stool? Rick got him a gangster stool.
Pat
pat. Pat pat.
Yeah, when you gotta let this high, that shit hurts your ribs.
Pat pat. Man, without the vacuum leaks, and this might be ready to swing. Power steering, looking for show.
Power steering, man, power steering. Let me.
It's raining right now, ground wet. You know, this is that drift lube right here. It's at least an extra 200 horsepower. Swing check.
They can't wait to say that.
This fool Rick then dubbed this thing her first ever nickname. We might have to run with it. So y'all know how we've been complaining that this thing is hella clapped out, and Rick was like, "Man, I think I got a name for it."
It took me a minute to get it
So
out.
it'll take a minute because it's like a tongue twister. So you gotta think. You gotta be like, all right, clapped. Then you be like, Cleopatra. You know Cleopatra, but then you got Cleopatra. See, when you said like 2 or 3, did my wheel just fall over there?
It's kind of sat up straight, but I think it did.
I heard gravity hit. Jeez, who that? With the new, fresh, brand new crate motor from Ford Performance, you feel me? Which is the only thing we reused was these old headers, man. Everything else is brand new. It's a crate motor right here. You know what I'm saying? If somebody who need a fresh crate motor, let me know. Sell it to y'all. 4,000. 4,000.
That's a deal.
It's a steal right there. It do look fresh though. I damn near should have thugged it out and been like, all right, let's pull these long tubes and go get them ceramic coated. But I can't get this thing that much attention. Can't do that. She do look fresh now though. Bruh. Jeez. Coming down hella hard. Well, so much for that.